being done to this 19-acre land?
Oh, yes. In fact, we encourage the faculty to bring their students out to our site. I've been doing this because I'm still teaching now. I've been doing this every semester with my general biology classes, and anybody can bring their class over to the 19 acres, go for a walk, have a tour. I can take them on a tour. We actually have a wonderful field station building now called our Hempstead Plains Education and Research Center, which is all green and sustainable, so students can come in and see that type of construction and come take a walk and learn about the plants and the animals.
I'm trying to think about something because our call letters are Hempstead Plains College, WHPC. Was Nassau Community College called Hempstead Plains College before?
Not that I know. No, I believe it was always Nassau Community College.
Okay. Because I'm just wondering, because the Hempstead Plains are in Nassau Community College. But anyways, if someone was to stumble upon these prairie grasslands, even though they're very rare, but if you happen to stumble upon them and you actually want to preserve this kind of land, how can someone do that?
Well, you can come join our organization, and we'll show you how. We have walks every other Friday, and we actually have volunteer community work days on every other Saturday morning, and we welcome people to come and volunteer and help us. And if anybody has an interest in using these native grasses in their garden, we will help them pick out the suitable ones and show them how to plant them. And we talk about the importance of these native plants.
Explain the name of the flower that actually grows in the Hempstead Plains. What's the name of the flower?
If you're talking about the endangered species
flower. Yeah,
the
endangered species flower.
Yeah, the endangered species flower is called sand plain gerardia. And its name comes from the fact that it grows in sandy soil and on a prairie-type habitat, the plains. So it's perfectly named for its habitat where it grows.
How endangered is the flower right now?
This plant is so endangered that it has the highest rating of government protection. It's called a G1S1 rating, which means that of any type of endangered species, this fits right up there with the Bengal tigers and the great whales and the polar bears and the elephants.
You want to educate as many students as you can for this to protect this 19 acres land. How did you develop these educational programs that you offer to students and faculty in the college? Well, not even in the college, all of Nassau County.
Well, I think it probably grew out of my interest in taking students on field trips and showing them what this habitat looks like, and then trying to develop programs that would be age suitable so that we can bring not only college students but high school students and elementary school students over as well, and teach them the importance of plants and animals and the importance of special habitats and why we want to preserve this particular land and so forth.
Do many high school and elementary school students do come and they actually take a field trip here?
Well, we're trying to increase the number. We do get some. We are, reaching out and trying to bring more school groups in because it's really a perfect place. It's a safe place for students to come. It's not very far away. It's centrally located, and it's a great place for classes to come and bring their students.
Have you talked to any of the members of the greenhouse to bring their students here?
Well, we're working on that. Right now we're having a problem in transportation of getting them over there, but we're hoping that someday that they will be able to come.
Is it really that far? Because I'm trying to picture the east side of campus, the southeast side of campus, Charles Lindbergh Boulevard, Perimeter Road. Is it really that far from the greenhouse?
Well, the greenhouse is on the west side of campus,
right,
and we're over on the east side of campus, and you kind of have to walk on the main roads to get there.
Oh,
I see. Since the children are small, it's kind of a long walk for them, and actually driving them there seems to be the problem. There seems to be some concerns about driving.
I see. Let's talk about some things that are actually going on in the environment right now that is related to Hempstead Plains. We're dealing with a lot of problems with deforestation. and that can deal with the Hempstead Plains. Explain for our viewers, since you're a biology professor, what is deforestation?
Well, deforestation refers to cutting down the trees and removing them. The lumber business is doing it, and as well as others, and it is diminishing our native forests, just as the Hempstead Plains was diminished, being a grassland, and so destruction of any habitat is dangerous if it goes too far.
What kinds of programs that are being offered to educate some of these students and faculty?
Well, we want to teach students that saving endangered species is important, that saving habitats is important, that every plant and every animal has a role in its environment, and when you eliminate the environment, you're losing the plants and the animals. We're right now, biologically speaking, we're in the middle of one of the largest mass extinctions on the history of the Earth, even greater than the dinosaur extinction. So we're losing too many species too rapidly in today's world. And so people need to know that biodiversity is important, and the different kinds of habitats are also very important to save.
Yeah, I can understand that. For people that are interested, how can they take these classes?
Well, you can just come over to the Hempstead Plains and come visit us and go on a tour. You can, any group can sign up for a program or a class or a workshop. Again, schools can come with their classes, and we have special programs for the different grade levels. So there are many, many ways that you can participate.
Let's talk about some of the events that you're going to be having on in the next couple of weeks and months. You're having a benefit cocktail party on May 12th. Can you tell us more about it and how you can get tickets to go see that?
Sure, I would love to. Every year we have our major fundraiser, and this is the 12th year now that we've been running what we call our Prairie Benefit, which is a cocktail party with a buffet reception. And you can purchase tickets. Tickets are $100, or you can buy a larger sponsorship package if you wish. Come over to the Hofstra University Club where we hold the event, and it's on May 12th, which is a Friday evening, from 6 to 8. The money that we raise, all of it goes to our work at the Hempstead Plains, to being able to do the restoration work, the education work. We need to have people out there helping us. We need to have educators who would be there to work with the students. So all of this money is very important to our organization.
I'm looking at your website, and it's saying that you're having another fundraiser regarding your 2017 calendar. Can you explain that? Do you have any other fundraisers going on?
Well, we try to think up ways to have fundraisers, and one of the things that we're planning maybe next year is a special event called a sheep parting event. And we did this last year actually. This has to do with the fact that I was saying before how sheep were a very important industry on Long Island, and the farmers left their sheep just to roam around individually and collectively on the plains. And every fall they had to go out and find their particular sheep and separate them from the herd and bring them back to their farms for the winter. So the town of Hempstead set up this special event day called Sheep Parting Day. And it was always held in October. And it was one day out of the year when all the farmers and all the people would come over to a particular place in the Hempstead Plains and have sort of like a big festival with music and games and speeches and food and drinks and a lot of events going on. And the farmers would actually go out and actually find their particular sheep and separate them from the herd so that they could take them back to their own farms for the winter. So that kind of raises the question, well, how did they know which were their sheep? And the interesting thing is that instead of having brands on the sheep, they had earmarks. And earmarks were little notches or little cuts in the ears of the sheep. And every farmer had his particular ear notch brand so that he could tell his sheep from the other farmer's sheep. And these particular notches were registered with the town of Hempstead. So a farmer had to buy his particular ear notch brand from the town of Hempstead for the length of time that he had his sheep farm. And when he was finished farming, he could sell it to the next farmer. So all of these sheep earmarks were kept in a book in the town of Hempstead. And in the archives, there is the original book that shows all of the farmers' sheep markings, earmarks, and who owned them and how long they had them. And it's just kind of an interesting thing. So when we do our sheep parting day, that's what we try to reenact.
What is Endangered Species Day?
Endangered Species Day is actually a federal day sometime in May when any organization can celebrate endangered species or have a special event or do something to remember endangered species. And so we try to do that as well.
For the last question, Betsy, how could we get in contact with you and the whole entire Friends of Hempstead Plains club?
Well, we have a website. Our website is www.friendsofhp.org. We also have a Facebook page, Friends of the Hempstead Plains Facebook, and you can call the Department of Biology if you want more information on how to get in touch with us. So we welcome you. We have brochures and other information on our website as well.
All right. Thank you, Betsy, for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. We'd like to thank our guest today, Betsy Gulotta. She is the Conservation Project Manager from the Friends of Hempstead Plains. She is also associated with the Department of Biology at Nassau Community College. I'm your host, Zac Turkel from Nassau Community College, for Nassau NCC Forum, Nassau Community College Forum. We thank you for listening.
You have been listening to Nassau Community College Forum. We'd like to get your feedback on today's program. Send your comments to whpc@ncc.edu. The executive producer for this series is Jim Green. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues.